Alrighty, we are back, and we are still hanging off of a cliff face on the side of Mount Firmament. Emma, let's start with you. Let's have those perception checks.
We're perceiving.
You're perceiving.
Okay. Okay. And we get +2. Okay, so that's gonna be 21.
Oh, well then.
I didn't even need it.
Excellent. Helena and Satus, what are you guys doing for this part of the climb?
Let's see. Let's try to switch it up. Oh, how about this? We've been on the climb for a while. Muscles are getting sore and stuff. Satus starts giving cool advice about different stretches you can do and different muscle groups to focus on if certain other parts are getting sore. This is to try to use a medicine check instead. Yeah.
Personal trainer Satus.
I like it. I like it a lot.
He's read some PT books. So that would be 6 plus 6 is 12 plus another 2 is 14.
All right. Nice. I just need to check on where you are in the climb. Nice. I think that with this, actually you and Maisie are able to do a really good pinging back and forth between the two of you, because you both know a lot about this and just kind of about form and sort of ways to reduce pain, and it's actually very, very effective. I think especially for you, Helena, you've been kind of doing a lot of the physical activity. A lot of this stuff is actually immensely helpful for you and is able to keep you going. But let's see how you do when you go.
Yeah. I think bearing that in mind, I'm going to try and use different muscles, different groups, and do acrobatics rather than athletics, so let's see how that goes. Good. 17 plus 4 plus 2 is a million. Well, I'm going to get a bad roll.
Yeah.
You are able to advance to the next part of the climb without any problem.
Fantastic.
I know, I'm nervous, but
it's bound to happen.
I know.
I don't think I'm a really bad roll.
But now, it's now getting to a point, though, where you've climbed so much that sort of little bit of slope where you were, you're now having trouble seeing that below you.
Nice.
So for a while there was kind of the sense of, well, we could always turn back and go there. Now that is sort of so distant that you really, if you get to the point where you need to rest, you really are going to need to find a different point to do it. But all right, let's see how you do in this next segment. Emma, perception checks, please.
Okie dokie. Dang, 2 19s.
2 19s, all right.
So 21 again.
Excellent.
I'm just out here perceiving like a boss.
Perceiving like a boss.
Yeah.
Helena and Satus.
Look at that.
I think we've had story time with Satus. What about cool, fun history facts with Satus to try to keep the old noggins engaged and not focusing on our aching muscles. So that would be history. That would be a 15 plus another 10 if you do the 8 plus 2, so 25.
Damn, son. You happen to know a lot about Cloudfall, about this region, this area. For a while it was part of Veldria, for a while it was part of Bas Serinath. It's been contested by a couple of countries, and you had just able to unload this historical tour of the area for folks. And and you are able to kind of keep the mind spinning even as the task continues to be tedious and grueling. Helena, what about yourself?
Helena is super impressed with this, and super impressed with everybody, and slightly terrified of letting the side down, so sticking with athletics for this roll.
All right, so let's do it.
12 plus 6 plus 2. Hooray. Live to fight another day.
All right, fantastic. Yep, you are able to just kind of keep powering up as you sort of keep going. Emma, a D8, please.
Idoki. 7 this time.
A different D8, please.
A different D8?
Yes. That is one that has already come up.
6.
Another one, please. Yes.
Another one. 1.
Lovely.
Oh boy, this will be fun. You rolled 2 well, Emma. Keep going.
Keep rolling.
Keep rolling, Emma.
Yeah.
It's bound to happen.
I need some adventure in the adventure.
yeah.
As you go, also guys, by the way, remember that not that you've needed it, because this mountain is a
We got our
trivial
luck
challenge.
stuff.
You each have your luck point. Yeah.
Right.
As you are going up, Emma, you spot out of your corner something that looks like it might perhaps be a rock shelf. And indeed, as you sort of angle yourself slightly, you are able to see that indeed it is a little bit of a ledge off to the side where you guys could stop for a while if you wanted to.
Ooh.
We could probably use a little break, right?
Yeah, I think that could be.
It's important to rest when you're hiking like this.
Yeah, seems
Sounds
Says
good to
Emma,
me.
who has never done anything like this in her life.
You're able to reach the shelf without problem. Maisie gets up there. As you get up there, Emma, a bit of rock crumbles away beneath your feet.
Ooh,
Could I please have a dexterity saving throw?
Okay. It's a natural 20.
Oh. For goodness sake.
Your sacrifice to the dice gods
I
before
know.
we recorded has worked out well.
I know. I promise. I promise. This is my Vox Machina dice set.
Wow.
So it's
Oh, is that the one where it's all 20s? That's cool.
Nice.
No. No, it's the Scanlan dice, so it's some music notes, and that's
Oh, cute.
Excellent,
That's
excellent. Yeah, you're able to just for a moment, you're going backwards, but you're able to just no, you lean forward and regain your balance, and you are fine. And you sort of turn around and see Maisie with big eyes looking at you.
Yeah.
You okay?
I'm good. I'm still getting used to this extra weight of my companion.
All right. Well, let's haul the other 2 up here.
Okay.
There
we go.
And Satus and Helena, you're able to get up to that shelf, no problem.
Sweet.
Hooray.
Maisie will sort of say, all right, we have maybe about another 4 hours of sunlight still ahead of us today. I think that we could take an hour to rest and recharge, and then try to see if we can find another shelf past that, but I wouldn't go too much further than this today.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, trust your judgment. Sounds like a plan to me.
Trust you.
All right, who wants lunch?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, please.
Just volts pop out of my bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's halfway
Volt
through the
knows
word
lunch.
when
Yeah,
Volt
yeah,
is
yeah.
out of the bag.
Mhm.
Which actually, do you guys just kind of release the dragons?
Yeah,
we
if
see
it's
the
a little play
eagles?
area. Oh, good call.
Yeah. Do we see the eagles around? Cause
The eagles are not present right now.
Okay. Then yeah. Let's
Tell
let
them
them.
to stay close. Stay close.
Yeah. Yep, Maisie sort of sets up a little campfire and then, just gets a pot out and is making lunch for all of you. How do you all spend, say, the half hour or so that it takes for her to just, whip up your lunch?
I think trying to see how the dragon friends are doing, see if do they want to play fetch? Do they want tummy rubs? Do they just want to sleep? Any sort of thing to make sure they're doing all right, I think could be nice.
They seem to be doing all right. Avanzada and Volt spend quite a bit of time tussling with one another, but sort of in a very friendly, harmless way. Kind of, very young puppies just kind of testing each other out and just kind of doing a little bit of of testing their limits, but nothing serious. Blaze hangs out around a lot Maisie, and largely seems to be looking at the ingredients that she is using and sort of very curiously just kind of being what's that? And in time, Maisie will start to be this is what we call a turnip. It's pretty bad on its own, but if you add it to a couple of other things, it can actually be pretty nice. And just sort of, explaining those things.
Oh, it's so cute.
Cooking lessons with Blaze.
Cal and Helena, what about you guys?
Yeah, I think, paying attention to the dragons a little bit, seeing how they're doing, but also maybe talking a bit about what our game plan is once we get up there. Um, like, what do you guys think? How should we approach this person? Should we just tell her that Maeve sent us?
Well, I guess. I mean, Maeve does know her, and I think that makes sense. Maeve told us to be
Yeah.
very polite, right?
Yes, she did.
Mhm.
She did. She did. Yes. Um,
Is this Maeve that nice woman that runs the store back in town?
yes. Yes.
I've always liked her. My dad had a couple of old trinkets that when he got injured we had to sell to kind of stay afloat for a while, and she gave us a real nice price. She had us over a barrel, and she knew it, and she did not act as though she did. She treated us well.
That's
really
good to
nice.
hear.
That's really good to hear.
Yeah. So, Maisie, tell us a little about yourself. Have you just always wanted to be one of the snow leopards, or you have?
I've always wanted to climb, and I've always wanted to be an alpine adventurer and sort of go on big expeditions. Snow leopards, I could take or leave them, honestly. They are
Fair enough. They were kind of douchey.
they're kind of they're kind of big bullies. Is most
Yeah.
of what they are. But some work brought my dad out to Cloudfall when I was a tiny little itty bitty kid. And he kind of climbed with them for a while. He already had kind of some past experience as a climber, and the guy that was in charge back then, he wasn't quite as, let's say, abrasive as Lauren and kind of her particular crowd is. So he kind of got along a lot better with them. But then, when I was a teenager, he stopped climbing because he couldn't anymore. And so I always wanted to do it, but you can't do a climb like this without other people. Like, you kind of need spotters, you need safety, you need guides, and and they've never really wanted to give me a shot. So I've always just kind of been trying to hang around there long enough, see if enough people might like me to eventually go on an expedition with me, but I don't
well,
think I'm
we
getting...
like you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I like
you've
you
been a
guys too.
godsend.
Oh, thanks. And what about? I'm sorry if you said this and I just missed it, but where's your mom?
Oh, she and my dad didn't really stay together for long. I think that
Aw.
by that, it's fine. I think it's just one of those things where she and my dad were together for a while, and they both thought they wanted kids and that they were ready to have kids, and then they had me, and I think my mom discovered that she didn't really want to have kids, but my dad did, and it wasn't really lack of love or anything. It was just she wasn't ready for her life to be all about that. So they went their separate ways. I exchanged letters with her every once in a while. She's living somewhere in Soliana now, doing something with the shipbuilding industry. I think she's doing okay.
Oh, well, that's good. It's a very mature perspective to have.
Well,
Um,
I've had a while to have it. It's helped.
Yeah.
It's helped that my dad always was very, very chill about the whole thing. Like, I think that he
Well,
came to terms
good.
with it, and that helped me come to terms with it. So it's all good.
Well, good. Good.
As you're all talking to her, perception checks, please.
All right. That would be a 15.
17.
4.
Oh, wow.
Great.
Good rolls are gone.
Yeah.
Cal, you are extremely focused on Maisie's
Yeah.
story. You are
Yeah.
absorbed.
Thanks.
But
me more,
Helena and
tell me
Satus,
more.
you both see Blaze trotting up to the very edge of this sort of jutting cliff on which you are all sort of camping out. And sort of, sticking his head down and kind of looking down at, like, the great wide below beneath you.
She's kind of exploring that. Hey, Blaze. That's the edge there. That's really, really far down. So, what you doing?
She turns to look at you, opens her mouth, and that is when the powerful gust of wind hits the cliffside. And with a yelp, Blaze goes over the side of the cliff.
What?
We try to save Blaze.
Yeah, like
1 second. Oh, wow. You rush forward and sort of get to the side of the cliff just in time to hear the thwump, thwump of two clumsy wings as they find a little bit of purchase. And a moment later, with kind of a clumsy rolling landing, comes back to the cliff and sort of, crumples onto the ground, then with a bit of a pained yelp. But Blaze stands up again with sort of this cool, that was not what I meant to do expression. But then they sort of quickly trot back to your legs, Helena.
oh, hey there. That was so cool. Do you want to come back on my shoulder for a bit? You flew.
They quickly trot up to your
Wow.
shoulder.
Yeah, that was amazing. You flew, but you don't have to do that yet, necessarily. No more
Whoa.
random falling. But that was amazing.
Yeah, Maisie will go. This may not be the time for experimenting with that, little buddy. We may want to find you
Yeah.
a more low stakes way to test those wings out.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess they're all going to be flying soon, and I don't know if... I mean, we can't control them very much.
No.
That's
Cal
why we need
turns
to
to
parent them
Volt.
as best we can.
Yeah. Cal turns to Volt and says, "Don't get any ideas, buddy."
For once, Volt seems to kind of be on the same page as you, as kind of like his
Okay.
expression is sort of this like, yeah, no, that did not look like fun. Like that seemed
Yeah.
terrifying and scary, not like a cool experience.
Okay, cool. Good boy. Here's. I just tossed him a little.
He'll
Well,
happily
neat.
and quickly snap it up.
Good, good, good.
All right, well, if there's anything else that you guys want to talk about, otherwise we can resume the climb.
I think we resume the climb.
Yeah.
Resume the climb.
Alrighty. Emma, let us begin with you. 2
Okay.
perception checks, please.
Okay, and do we still have
I believe you have it for one more.
one more? Okay. Ooh, good. So 15.
All right, very good. Satus and Helena, what would you guys like to do for this round of climbing?
Let's see. I think it's been a minute since I've done a survival. We're getting back at it, back on the hike again. Feels like a natural kind of thing to do.
I like it.
That would be a 9 plus 4 would be 13 plus another 2 is 15.
Yeah, you're able to give folks some tips. You're able to spot a couple of things about the way that the mountain is sloping, stuff about if you angle yourself this way, you'll be able to protect your eyes from the sun, which is now kind of cresting on the side of the hill that you're on. But it's a little diminishing returns. It's a little bit of kind of like we've already sort of talked about this already.
Mm-hmm.
Helena, what about you?
Athletics. Want to get off to a good start.
All right.
Get some height in. Okay, so that's a 9. Plus 6. Plus 2. So we're okay.
Yeah, you definitely make progress, but it's a little bit more of a slog than past sections have been.
Yeah.
Like, for the first time, you sort of get to like the next bit of mountain, and you aren't kind of feeling like you had a great time. Like it now sort of feels a little bit more like that was grueling, tiring, bitter work.
Yeah, starting to hurt. Yeah. Okay.
It's that post-lunch stupor.
Yeah.
Right. We should be asleep.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Emma, 2 perception checks, please.
Okie dokie. Okay, and we're back to just normal.
Just normal now.
Okay, another 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn. Alrighty.
Wow.
Satus and Helena, please.
I mean, I think. Look, we've had story time, we've had history time. I don't know if we've had poetry o'clock with Satus and Kurchin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Throw some sonnets in the mix, maybe
Yeah.
get some fun stuff going there.
Yeah.
Performance check.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 10 plus 11 for a 21.
Wow.
It's amazing. It is.
Yeah.
These sonnets, and Satus picks things that only amplify the beauty of what is going on around you, because it is beautiful. Like, it is this, like, gorgeous, rocky mountain vista around you. You are now so high up that you're not just seeing the ocean, but you're even seeing distant islands. It is this amazing panoramic view, and it would be a little bit easy to just kind of be so focused on the task that you're not appreciating it. But Satus, through his beautiful, exquisite choice of pastoral poetry, is able to just kind of make you remember the beauty of where you are and what you're doing, and just appreciate it all the more. And that energizes you in your climb.
I think Cal sheds a single tear from the beauty of it.
Helena?
I'm super inspired by the beauty of it. I am going to try and advance the climb by persuading Satus to sing for us next time, or do something musical. Because I think a good climbing tune would also be a boost.
Okay.
I get a 7 plus 6 plus 2. So we are at
I believe that
15.
the +2 has now expired, unfortunately.
Oh, damn. Okay,
Yeah.
in that case, we're at 13.
I mean, we'll see. Satus will tell us how persuaded he is by that. But I think that with a 13, you spend a lot of time during this section of the hike kind of just effectively talking to Satus. Which means that you, again, definitely slow down a little bit. And as you sort of do, again, make it to the next section of the mountain, and by now it is starting to get a little snowy and a little icy around you, and it is getting quite cold. Again, you are sort of feeling like that was a little bit more of a slog than it's been in the past. Everybody roll me Constitution saving throws, please.
Ooh, that is a 4.
Oh, noes.
A 9.
Okay.
8 plus 5 for 13.
Now, do I have to, if I'm using the luck point, do I have to know what do I have to do before I know what a downside is?
Yes. So basically,
Then,
yeah, like, you can definitely roll, like, you can re-roll it now, but once I sort of tell you that things go into effect. Yeah.
I think I might do the reroll in the Constitution save there here in that case.
Okay.
Since I got such a bad roll there.
All right.
So
Go
let's
for it.
use that luck point, and instead I get a 10.
It's better.
10 total?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 total.
You were so goddamn lucky. Jesus Christ. Cal
Oh,
and
I had a luck point.
Cal and Satus, you are both fine, but Helena, you've been a workhorse at the bottom of this climbing expedition. You take a level of exhaustion.
Oh, dear.
All your checks until you are able to have a proper rest have disadvantages on them. So you're now rolling everything with disadvantage.
Okay.
Cool. Cal, what do you see in the next section?
Let's see. Do I still have advantage?
You still have advantage, yep.
I still have advantage. Okay. God damn. 18.
Impressive.
If I were a betting woman, I don't know.
Helena and Satus.
Well, it didn't take much encouraging, so Satus busts out in song.
Yes.
Yeah, thank
A
you.
jaunty hiking tune.
Oh, of course. And it's so jaunty that it's an 18 plus 11 for a non-natural 29.
Yeah.
Jesus. To coin a phrase that has never been heard before, the hills are alive with the sound of music.
Yes.
Yes.
And it is inspiring as all hell. Especially because behind you, like, the sun is setting. Like, it is sort of this. You could shoot a goddamn music video here. It is already beautiful and wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And your singing just invigorates this now weary, tired party. And speaking of weary and tired, Helena.
Yeah. I am weary and tired, but I think I would be inspired by that. That's just my feeling. Okay, I'm pushing on. Athletics, here we go. Well, that was a 20, but the next one won't be.
Alas.
It could be.
It could
15.
be.
Okay.
15 plus 6, so we're okay.
Yeah. No. You are able to continue onwards. And just, get the party upwards.
Great.
As you reach sort of the next little shelf, the sun disappears completely behind the horizon. Maisie will sort of go, we're about halfway up at this point. But also, this is going to get treacherous at night. We should try to find a place to stop. And if we don't do it soon, it may be worth going back down to that rock shelf that we were at a little while ago. But let's see how we do.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the plan of proceeding till the next stopping point and then calling it.
Yes.
Cal, at this point, the darkness negates the advantage.
Even though I've got dark vision?
Fascinating.
Ooh. A twist.
One moment.
Okay.
Because this then becomes kind of a question of, you're going to get at something. This becomes a question of, does Maisie have dark vision?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, they do.
Right.
Jesus Christ. No, you're fine.
Yes.
All right.
So
Jesus.
good.
Okay. An even better choice for party leaders than I thought it was. As I was saying, keep rocking that 18.
Yeah, let's see. Now that... okay. 14.
Okay. Cool. Helena and Satus.
I think with the perception not as strong this time, Satus decides, he notes that it wasn't as pristine as it was before, so maybe he also adds to the perception. With it being low light, can't hurt to have another set of eyes, so I think he's also trying to survey the land and see what lies ahead.
Cool.
So that would be a 9 total.
All right, we'll come back to that in a moment. But Helena, how are you doing?
How I am doing is that I am persuading myself that I can definitely do this.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine.
Self-persuasion. I love it.
Yeah. I love that.
Here we go. Okay. 5.
Uh-oh.
And 19, so we'll be taking that 5 plus 6 is 11.
Oh, okay.
How are we feeling about
Helena's persuasive.
So persuasive.
It's a little bit of a wash, my friends. Definitely it gets a little bit, even if you can see in the dark, it's just that little bit harder to tell which rocks aren't slippery, which ones have a little bit of ice caked in them. So the going slows to a crawl. And after an hour of trying to advance in the dark, you are not seeing much at all.
Okay.
However, thanks to Satus joining the perception party, you do see a little bit of a rock shelf on the side that you guys could go for. You are likely not advancing at all in this time, but you do see this little rock shelf on the side that you could go for. You also see an opening into it, as though perhaps there is a cave that goes deeper into the mountain. But the thing that attracts you is, look at that flat piece of land that one could rest in.
I think we gotta go for it.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Emma, could I have a D8, please?
Okay. 3. That's a new one, right?
Dexterity saving throw, please. Emma?
Dexterity saving throw. 13 plus 2 for 15.
As you begin to make your way to the side towards this rock shelf, your foot settles on a piece of rock that turns out to be an ice clump. that breaks under your pressure. And you try to grab onto the cliff, but you're just a little too slow, and you are falling.
What?
We try to catch her.
We're
Well,
tied on, right?
The
We're all
first
tied.
question is what is going to happen. Yeah, this was a steep saving throw, Emma. I am sorry.
Okay. All right.
The first question is what happens as she begins to fall and the rope attaching Cal to Maisie tenses.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Oh. With a little bit of a startled you see like the rope tense, but Maisie holds onto the side of the cliff and actually doesn't fall. She supports your weight, Cal, which means that you stop in the fall and find yourself again sort of like as the rope tenses supported and are able to quickly grab back onto the cliff.
Okay.
And you'll sort of hear Maisie go, "Is everything okay down there? I think I bruised my ribs."
I'm sorry. Yeah, I stepped on some ice.
Okay, well, let's get onto this goddamn cliff.
Okay.
You're awesome, Maisie.
You're a rock star.
You're amazing.
Ah.
Thank you all. But quickly after that, you are all able to land on this like little rock shelf.
Yay.
Okay. That was closer than I wanted to be. But okay. All right. It happens to everyone. I think that I maybe took a little bit of damage, but I'll be okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's okay.
Perhaps one of us could look at that.
Yeah. We definitely could.
Yeah, I could always check it out if it's significant enough. Do some healing magic as well.
She'll go. I think this will slow me down a little bit, but not too much. Like, I can definitely keep going. Like, it's not a broken foot or anything. It's just, I think, a little bit of a bruise. So, if you need the healing magic, save it. I think that I'm good to go. I'm good to go.
Okay, sounds good.
Don't be a hero,
But let us know.
Maisie.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, you guys are on this little rock shelf. Behind you in the mountain is that opening that leads into a dark cave.
Should we go check that out?
We should definitely check if we're safe, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maisie will sort of go, it's worth checking out, because if we can get shelter in there where we're a little bit less exposed to the elements, we'll be able to rest better than having to have snow packed all around us all night.
Yeah. Definitely. And if there's something in there that's going to kill us, it would be better if we know now.
Yeah, so we should go and
Good.
stealthily check.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to head in there.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Is it, like, totally dark?
It's pretty pitch black, but you can still, well...
I'll cast dancing lights so that everybody can see.
Yeah, it's like the cave opens up quickly into like a large-ish sort of what looks like a large-ish natural cavern. There are sort of a lot of like rock formations, stalactites and stalagmites, a little bit of stone around you. Roll me a perception check, everyone.
That's a 11 total.
That is the same for me.
All right, 11.
I have 3.
Cool.
With disadvantage, of course.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's a cave. Caves happen. Yep. Nope. It looks pretty fine. It looks pretty okay.
Love a cave.
Yep.
Yeah. Who doesn't love a cave?
Oh.
Maisie sort of will go, I think it looks pretty safe. I don't know why something like this would just kind of be in the middle. I don't know what the weather would make this just kind of be here, but I'll take it. It's good. And then she stops as a thing moves further into the cave. And a second later, you hear
Oh, no.
as a hissing creature incorporates itself upwards, and you realize that what looked like a bit of a stony formation was actually the scaly hide of a creature, perhaps the size of a small cow. It is lizard-like, with jagged, sharp teeth and 6 feet that are now rising up. Spines running down its, like spikes running down its spine. Its tail beginning to whip back and forth as it draws nearer to the 4 of you. Mike, roll me a d4, please.
A D4. All right. Let's see what we get. Triangle die. That's a 1.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh dear.
Oh no, that's not a good look.
Okie dokie.
What does that mean?
Its eyes, you see its gaze as it finds one of you, and Maisie will gasp and say, "Don't look at it directly, it's a..." But a moment later, there's a sound as her flesh ripples and starts to turn to stone.
Better her than us, though.
And on that note, that is where we're going to leave it for today.
No.
Maisie, my child.
Episode title, Better Her Than Us.
It's appalling. True.
Oh, man. All right. Well, we'll have to see.
Oh,
Oofa
no.
doofa.
I love Maisie.
Yeah, Maisie's brilliant.
I know. We're gonna have to fight for her honor.
Yes, we
Yeah.
will.
Actually, before we break, just for one, to see if we can give you guys a slightly less suspense, everybody roll a nature check to see if you know what this thing is.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Let's see. I got a 9.
I got a 10.
Hang on, am I rolling with disadvantage?
Oof.
Disadvantage?
Yes.
8.
No.
It's a thing. Yeah.
It's
What
a
a weird thing. What a weird thing this is, but it's a thing.
We'll find out next time.
We'll find out.
Okay.
We'll find out next time on 20 to Midnight.
Oh, what a time.
Yeah.
Sweet.
What a time.
Thanks, everyone, for
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you, everyone.
As always, it's a lot of fun, and I have to focus on the game instead of commenting on all of the amazing, funny things that end up in the chat. But know that I appreciate all of them.
Yes, we do appreciate all of them, even if we can't respond in the moment.
Yes,
And
yes.
speaking of appreciation, shout out to everyone who supports us on Patreon. Shout out to Rena, who's at our highest tier. Shout out to everyone who is watching, supporting, watching after the fact, whatever it is, however you're interacting. Thanks for doing that.
And don't forget, you'll get access to our A Knight's Tale fanfic on our pre-stream, one of our pre-stream sessions. The first half of that is up. We'll add the second half up probably this week. And it's a lot of fun at any level
so
of the
much fun.
Patreon.
And also, you will be able to, on Patreon, get the setting guides for additional information on the lore of the world. The ones that we just posted at the end of January are particularly relevant to all of this business because they are specifically about the Veldrin Empire and have some additional information about Cloudfall. And I also posted one up covering the gods of the setting. So if you are curious about more information about who the Lord of Mists is and what their deal is and all that good stuff, that's the best way to find out more.
Yeah, Gabriel's lore guides are amazing.
Absolutely.
No, pish posh.
Yes.
Thank you.
Pish posh.
Very kind of you to say that.
Yeah.
All right, so just very quickly,
all right.
let's knock
Anything
out the
else?
credits. This has been 20 to Midnight, performed by Beth, Eyre, Emma Sherr-Ziarko, and Mike Schubert. Adventure designed and dungeon mastered by me, Gabriel Urbina. It features beautiful art by Mikaela Buckley and amazing, gorgeous music by Alan Rohde. And yes, we are all so excited to see you back here in 2 weeks' time to see if these guys are able to make it up the mountain.
And
I think we can
hopefully
do it.
save Maisie from turning to
That
stone.
would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
that'd be
Yeah,
really
I don't
good.
want that to happen. I also don't want to be turned to stone.
Yeah.
That too. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
See you in 2 weeks. Bye bye.